Hello dears, and welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Ana. It's time as usually every Monday and Friday for the latest news update from Spain and Benidorm Town. Today we are on the triangular square right in the center of movement in Benidorm to talk about the latest news. First of all, we'll be talking about the situation update, what's going to be going on with the hotels, hosteleria in January and February. And why shortly there's going to be a lot of people like in summer here in Benidorm Town. The second news will be about a huge event that is actually the one responsible for this big increase in amount of tourists that will be starting shortly in Benidorm. And the last news will be about the finally the last area of train between Benidorm and Denia is over. So I'm going to be letting you know starting from when you're able to take the train directly without the necessity of having to go down and take a bus to make one part of this route by bus, since there were a lot of building works going on. And as usual, we'll finish up with the weather forecast for the next upcoming weeks. So let's start with the first news about the situation in Benidorm and in general in Costa Blanca. To be honest with you, right now it's quite quiet in here. There are still quite a lot of tourists, but there is no such a massive amount of people in queues everywhere you go. So it's quiet and nice. Especially tourists are arriving during weekend, which is when they do like short escapes, you know, for Friday, Saturday and Sunday, to enjoy the lovely weather here in the area, because Mediterranean area right now here in Spain, the Costa Blanca especially, is the warmest part, plus the Canarian Islands. In Spain, all the rest, it's quite cold already. It's around 0 degrees and sometimes it's even minus. So a lot of people are escaping towards the warmer weather lately. In about a week's time, more or less, Benidorm will start receiving a lot of tourists. So if you're arriving at the end of January, ooh, the sun is shining a lot. Jeez. It's getting even hot in here with this sunshine. And this is January month, mid-January, which is supposed to be the coldest area right now, but it's really warm outside. So a lot of people will be arriving to Benidorm shortly, and if you will be arriving at the end of January, beginning of February, it's quite probable that you will be able to see huge amounts of people, loads of people at Benidorm streets, and it will simply feel like it's summer back again. Why? The second news is responsible for it, and it's a huge event that will be starting here at the end of January, beginning of February. Benidorm Fest is coming back to town. Last year, I'm going to insert you a few clips here, a few videos in the comments down below. There you're able to see what happened here last year, when first time ever in history, Spain has decided to celebrate the festival, the Eurovision organization of who, the choice of who's going to be representing Spain on the Eurovision contest. They've decided to do it from Benidorm Town. It was first ever event like this in Benidorm, and it gathered so many people. There were so many people here in town. A lot of people went inside of a Benidorm Fest to celebrate it and to vote as well. The streets were full. The atmosphere here was simply incredible. You can see it in the videos down below as well. So this year they've decided they will repeat it once again, but this time they will make it a slightly longer celebration for about a week, more or less. So at 31st of January, there's going to be officially the first semi-finale of Benidorm Fest. Then a few days after, there's going to be the second semi-finale, and in around 4th or so of February, there's going to be the grand finale, and we will know who's going to be representing Spain on the Eurovision contest 2023. On Friday, the 3rd of February, one of the main events will be taking place right here on the triangular square next to the famous techno hit. And this will be quite a big and nice concert for all those who love Benidorm, for all the tourists who are here, for all the people who actually came to Benidorm to celebrate. People are just not okay. They're just going with the car where they shouldn't be going. I mean, happens to people who don't know where to go, who don't usually drive here in Benidorm Town. So what is actually happening is that on this day there's going to be a huge concert right here in the evening time on the Triangular Square. A lot of people will be here. There's going to be just amazing music going on. It's supposed to be a live concert. We'll see about that. And the stage probably will be here around techno hits, so they might be cutting a lot of the traffic at some point of the day. And this is not everything. Benidorm also decided that it's a good occasion to invite as much people as possible to take something from hosteleria, from bars, restaurants and cafeterias, to consume something inside of these businesses. So they've created the Tapas Fest, which is going to be on the same date as Benidorm Festival will be, from 27th of January till 5th of February. This is done to basically get more money for the economy, you know, to help the businesses to recover. And this is being done that since there are a lot of tourists, a lot of people are arriving here, they're just using this occasion to make them spend some money in the local bars, restaurants and cafeterias. So this is going to be tapas, specific tapas, not all of them, okay? This is going to be specific tapas for €2.50 each tapa. And 18 establishments in general will be taking place in this event. I have a picture here, a snapshot of which kind of places will be taking participation and which kind of tapas they are offering. Some of them have really curious names, I must say. So I'm gonna be leaving it here on the screen so you will be able to check it out. If you want to see it in more detail, you can make a caption of the screen and then zoom it in for you guys, because they put it in quite small letters, I must say, but so that you will be able to see everything, I have to put it in the screen this way. So up until 5th of February, you're able to visit any of these establishments and choose any of these tapas for €2.50. It's not the cheapest option, I must say. There are some cheaper tapas in Benidorm, but if you want to do like a tapas tour, you know, down different establishments during Benidorm Fest, this might be a good option to try something new and some quite unusual flavors, I must say. Let us know if you will be here on these dates and if you are planning to visit the concert and some more entertaining events and Benidorm Tapas Fest during your stay, or if you prefer to do some more traditional tour in a way and visit the Tapas Alley and more like better known places to discover slightly more of essence of Benidorm. This last news that I wanted to share with you all comes from, finally this news arrived. I've been seeking for this news, I've been waiting for it for such a long time that once I've read it, yesterday this news came towards the social media and I just couldn't believe what I was reading. Finally, the last part of the tram, the train that goes from Benidorm towards Denia, is ready. It took them about 6 years, more or less. Yes, 6 years it took them to finish that line. Around 2016 summer season, the line was, a lot of parts of this line were closed because it was simply not safe to travel. I'm gonna insert one picture here of one of the area that was recently reformed and rebuilt from scratch, because they needed to ensure that the railway is secure for people to go before some kind of an accident would happen. And hopefully and luckily for us, nothing has happened there. So they've closed that line, they've been doing a lot of changes, and finally they say that the last part is over. So right now, if you will decide to visit Denia, Teulada, Moraira, like all these areas, Javea, coastal areas, to discover them, because they're really nice. I must say it's worth visiting and taking it into consideration. People will not need to hop off the train, wait for a bus, take the bus, go with the bus towards the other point, and then do the same thing when they come back around. It was simply uncomfortable, and tourists were afraid they will get lost, or they were afraid they won't understand where to go, you know, where to stop, where to get out, and they will just simply not be able to use this type of transport. But right now, everything is finally over, and starting from next Monday, which is gonna be just in a couple of days, next Monday, which is 16th, if I'm not wrong, of January. Wow, already half of January passed. Jeez, the time just flies. So starting from 16th of January, this will be officially open. You will not need to take any more buses. It's going to be a direct route with the train. However, at one point, so imagine that this is like a train line, this is a railway. So you're coming from Benidorm towards one point, you stop, you hop off, and there is another train waiting for you right here. So you just hop onto this train and finish your trajectory, basically where you're going towards your destination point. This is not as bad because we do the same thing if we travel from Alicante towards Albir or Altea, for example. We also hop off in Benidorm and hop on another train that goes further longer. So it's nothing bad, it's nothing major, it's on the same line. They direct you towards the other train, so there is no possibility you will get lost. We're all so happy about this train finally being fixed, because it was really uncomfortable for us locals, for national tourists, as well as for, in general, international tourists that don't really understand that much Spanish language and what is written, what is being said, you know, on the loudspeakers. So wasn't really the best thing to do. But right now, even ourselves, we are planning to take a train towards Denia and look at how it's looking like right now, what changes did they did. And there are new trains as well at the last point of this railway that are half hybrid, so electric, and half normal ones, which is going to be really interesting to see. By the way, if you don't know, before, the train that was going from Alicante towards Denia, they've had 6 different parts of prices. So depending on the zone you were going to, it was one price or the other. It was 6 of them, so it was quite expensive to travel. But right now, there are not 6, there are just 3 zones, which is A, B, and C. So depending to which zone you're going from your destination point, you need to check which letter it is. But it's half as expensive as it was before to travel with a train. So it's an amazing alternative to discover the Benidorm and surrounding area. Let us know if you've been to Denia or if you are planning to do so in the future. And if you've been here with a train, would you recommend this for traveling, or there are other ways? Share your experience here on the channel, because it might be really useful for a lot of people who will be traveling shortly to Benidorm or to Costa Blanca region. And now let's talk about the weather. What is waiting for all those of you who will be coming shortly to Benidorm or Spain as it is, because the weather is really different from one part to the other. Let's go. What is waiting for all those of you who will be coming shortly to Benidorm Town or Spain in general? Here you have the first picture where you can actually see that the time is looking like it's summer back again. It's lovely, absolutely lovely outside. There are a little bit of clouds here, I'm not gonna lie, but some days more than the others. But for the rest of the week, it will be really sunny and nice outside. On the north parts of Spain, however, there will be a little bit of rain, storm, snow, even snow in the north parts of Spain and some interior areas, like next to Madrid towards north side. But here, nothing at all, like nothing has ever happened. Like winter is not willing to come to our region. As for the temperatures, you can see them here on the second map. And it's slightly more chilly here today. I must say it's around 17 degrees outside, but a lot of people are walking just with typical autumn type of clothes. You know, some of them are not even wearing winter shoes, obviously, just wearing sneakers or autumn shoes, and they're perfectly fine with these ones. During this weekend, the temperatures will rise up until 20 degrees back again, which is really strange because it's winter. It's mid-January, shouldn't be like this, but it is like this, which we're kind of grateful for. The weather is simply amazing, and we are loving this new winter type of thing here in Benidorm. Hope next year's it's gonna be also the same. On Wednesday, here we will have the coldest days of all. Taking into consideration right now, it was like around 20, 21, 22. On Wednesday here we'll have around 14-15 degrees depending on the time of the day when you'll be visiting the streets of our lovely town or surrounding area. And in north parts of Spain and some central areas, it's going to be up until -4. So just imagine the difference to what we have right now. And afterwards, surprisingly to us, the temperatures will remain the same as they are right now, around 17-18 degrees. End of January and February is supposed to be the coldest months of a year, but so far we're not noticing nothing of that whatsoever. Thank you for accompanying us on today's latest news update from Spain and Benidorm Town, which is preparing for a lot of movement at the end of January. Don't forget to subscribe if you still did not do so, because there's a lot of fun and interesting and useful content waiting for you guys in here. I wish you a lovely weekend, and we'll see each other tomorrow with a new video. Bye, dears.